Welcome back, friends. Today we are jumping straight into a Mlbb Legends solo queue lobby to push for our 94th star, and I am locking in Hilda once again. To be honest, I really wanted to use a different tank hero for this match to switch things up. But looking closely at the enemy team's draft layout, Hilda is simply the perfect counterpick to shut down their entire strategy. Right from the first minute, it feels like I am carrying a massive workload on my shoulders. My teammates are decent players and not absolute jokers, but the enemy team simply has a better lineup and higher skill. It feels like I am the only one on the map who is actively stopping them from running away with the game. In a high-elo lobby like this, the margin for error is absolute zero. If I make even one heavy mistake, the enemy will instantly capitalize on it and secure the win. I was constantly looking for the perfect opportunity to poke or kill the enemy, while always trying to soak up as much damage as possible without dying. Many players say that a tank dying for the team is not a bad thing. That might be true in full squad matches, but in solo rank, you cannot trust anyone. You have to stay alive and do absolutely everything possible on your own if you want to win the game. If you like this type of high-elo gameplay, theory crafting, and match strategy, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Your engagement helps push the channel through the algorithm and keeps me motivated to share more masterclass guides with you. Right now, I am just enjoying posting my journey here, and I want to thank you all for the support. Now, back to the matchup. Hilda lowers the enemy's physical defense every single time she hits them with her skills or basic attacks. Once you hit the maximum stacks of this passive effect, your skills deal absolute peak damage. At that exact moment, if you drop your ultimate skill, you will easily crush their health bar or get an instant kill. This is the main reason you can deal such heavy damage to the enemy backline, even when you are running a full tank item build. In this match, my core item choice was Thunder Belt. Every single time you use a basic attack after casting a skill, you deal extra damage and gain permanent hybrid defense stats. The more enemy heroes you hit throughout the match, the higher your defense scales up, while also applying a heavy slow effect to your target. By the late game, if you farm your stacks correctly, this item makes you incredibly tanky while dealing massive bonus damage. Every time I go for these hybrid defense stacks, it honestly feels like I am playing a completely different game compared to everyone else on the map. My other defensive items always depend entirely on the enemy team's lineup. In this specific match, I preferred this exact build pathway. But in another game, I will easily choose completely different options. You simply cannot use the exact same item build in every match when you are playing inside such a high elo lobby. You must learn to adapt your gear on the fly if you want to protect your stars. Hilda is easily the most annoying roam tank in the current meta. She deals such heavy damage while being incredibly tanky that it feels absolutely unfair to the enemy team. Some players are saying that you must use a damage roamer or an assassin support in this new season. But who needs a squishy damage roamer when you can easily deal the most damage on your team while absorbing all the enemy attacks as the main tank? The enemy team had a real fear of me because they knew they had to waste extra resources just to deal with my presence. They could not ignore me either, because they knew I could destroy their entire backline if I went unchecked. Other roamers simply do not have this kind of luxury. In most matches, the enemy can easily ignore a passive tank, walk right past them, and kill the rest of your teammates while you are blindly absorbing damage or looking for a setup play. Hence, this gives enough space for my teammates to shine on the map. They knew they had to rely on my positioning under these tough circumstances. At least these teammates did not have a massive ego like most other high-ranked players. Many immortal players always think that they are the absolute best in the game, but that is far from reality. Even some low mythic players have better macro skills than them, but they get stuck in lower ranks simply because of the dark matchmaking system. In the end, we successfully took the star and secured the MVP crown for this match. It was an incredibly tough battle, but at least we walked away with a massive victory here. Managing to deal the most damage while soaking up the most tank damage in a high elo lobby honestly feels completely illegal. We are definitely going to pull this off again in our next match. Our next video will focus on the chase for 95 stars in solo queue. Take care, stay tuned, and I will see you all very soon. Sayonara.